Hi, I'm Sandy, and welcome to another day in Life with Sandy. Well, good morning. And when I say good morning, I mean good morning because it is early. I have an eye doctor appointment, and I like to book them early, like one of the first ones of the day, because I don't like to be the one that's like behind, because they always double book. Sometimes I think they triple book. So I would just as soon get up early and go. The bad thing is it's sunny. Which, Sandy, why are you saying? We'll get into that. Because we have birthdays. Let me make my turn here first. I had to write them down because today's a busy day. Busy. Today is Susie Buey's birthday. Boy, Susie, March is the month for the Buey family, let me tell you. It's already been 2 sons, a son, a daughter, and now Susie. So, anyway, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Susie. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Rhonda Gallion's grandma's 99th birthday. But Rhonda Gallion didn't tell me what her grandma's name is. But 99, that's my goal. My goal is 100. As long as I'm healthy, as long as I can move, and as long as I'm not too dependent on anybody else. So I'm just going to call you Grandma, even though you're not my grandma. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rhonda's grandma. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you have a great birthday. My gosh, 99. But it's also Tiffany Lowe's birthday. So, Tiffany, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tiffany. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope all 3 of you have a great birthday. But we also have anniversaries. Today is Bob and Diane McDaniels. I think it's their 36th anniversary, but let me know if I'm wrong. But Bob and Diane, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Well, I hope you have a great anniversary. But it's also, I gotta slow down here because this light is turning red. Ed and Debbie Clark, and I think it's their 27th anniversary. So Ed and Debbie, little Debbie. Ed and Debbie, it's your anniversary. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Well, I hope you have a good year. I hope a good anniversary, but let me know if I got the years right. I'm pretty sure it's 27. Anyway, well, I hope you all 4 of you have a great anniversary today. Like I said, today is a beautiful day. As you see, I don't have a coat. I brought a coat just in case. You never know if your car breaks down or something, but it's supposed to be in the 50s today. It's so nice. It's so beautiful. But it's sunny. And I don't like, my eyes get dilated, and they don't have the drops to undilate them or whatever the word is. So I have my cataract sunglasses that I wear home, but it's still bright light. It's just, it's miserable. So, and then I got to drive back looking into the sun. I would rather be going looking into the sun, but it doesn't always happen that way. It's unfortunate. So, but I don't like getting up with an alarm clock. I did that for so many years. I just didn't want to do that anymore. But Linda H., I think that was the word. Yeah, Linda H. was asking me to talk about my knee replacement surgery. I had my knees replaced. I had my right knee done when I was 57, and I had my left knee done when I was 58. I didn't necessarily want to get it done because, well, it was hard finding a doctor that would do it at my age because it was too, at the time. I think they still do them. I think they do them on any age now. But when I was, well, that was what, 20, Oh wow, 24 years ago. No, 16 years ago. Don't age yourself longer than you are, Sandy. 16 years ago, I got these knees. And the reason they wanted to wait was because back then, the knees, the specific brand that I got, I guess, only lasts supposedly for 20 years. So that means that I'm probably going to need another knee replacement. So far, they're holding up fine, but my right knee, which was my first knee, it's just starting to twinge just a little bit. And I think it's because, I know it's because of my weight. Although, you know what, I was over 300 pounds when they did it, so I was surprised they did it even then, because they like you to be within a certain weight range. Oh, what a pretty plane. Sorry, get distracted. It's all red and orange. When he did my x-rays, and then I had my left knee done the following year, like 11 months later. I had the right knee done the week before Christmas, and I had the left knee done the week before Thanksgiving. And I'll get into why I did that at those particular times. But when he took my x-ray and then he looked at it, and I was completely bone on bone. And he said that, he says, well, what would you put your pain level at between 1 and 10? And I thought about it for a minute, and I don't know, probably like a 6 or a 7. And he said, really? And I went, well, maybe a 5 or a 6. And he says, well, looking at your x-rays, I would have guessed that you would have said, I always double check. I'm not a mirror person like Jim is. He says, I would have thought it was more like an 11 or a 12. I says, well, they are quite painful. And he said, well, you know what? And then he told me, he says, with your weight, I don't like to do it with your weight, especially your age. You're not old enough. He says, but, you're in too much pain, so we're going to do the surgery. Well, at the time, I worked as a mailroom clerk. And I was listed as part-time, even though I worked 37 and a half hours. They had me classified as part-time, and I didn't really want to go full-time, because then you had to pay for insurance and stuff like that, which really wasn't a lot of money. I think it was like, at the time, maybe $2 or $3 out of your check, so it would be like $10 a month maybe, I don't know. But I thought, why do I want to pay for insurance that I'm never going to use? I have Jim's insurance, so why do I want to do that? So then when I went to take my leave of absence they told me it was a 6 to 8 week recovery. Where are you going? Okay. They told me it was a 6 to 8 week recovery, and at the time I was really in debt because, like I told you, Jim and I are not good with money, and so I had to take the time off without pay. And I did it before Christmas because every year I always did this. We always got the day before and the day after Christmas off with pay, and obviously Christmas Day. And then we always got the day before and the day after New Year's Eve, or New Year's Day off, plus we got paid for New Year's Day. So I figured that was 6 days right there. So I decided I'd take that and then my vacation time, and so I didn't have as much. And like he said, that I wouldn't be back to work before 6 weeks at the earliest. And so when I went to get my knee, not to scare you, Linda, but just make sure they mark the X on your knee. They do that now, but they didn't do that then. I got into the operating room, and they gave me the sedative. They gave me a spinal, which I had those when I had my kids, so those don't bother me at all. And so then the doctor came in and he started, touching my leg, and he said, okay, I just want to make sure before we, put you out, can you feel this? And I went, yeah. He says, really? And he says, can you feel this? And I go, yeah. And then he says, I can't believe that. So then the other doctor was holding my other knee, or the intern or whatever, and I wasn't feeling it. And so then he says, can you feel Dr. So-and-so touching your leg? And I went, no. And so they went and they, talked amongst themselves. And then they found out that they numbed the wrong knee. They numbed the left knee and not the right knee. And so he said, that's the wrong knee. I said, well, we're going to do both knees anyhow. Just do that knee. What difference does it make? And he says, no, I have all the x-rays and the equipment and blah, blah, blah for the right knee. So we're going to have to sedate you with the right knee too. And then you're probably going to be in recovery a little bit longer. Okay, whatever. So then they gave me the shot, put my knee. So then when they brought me back to the bed, I have no memory of ever waking up in recovery room. I have no memory of talking to anybody. Jim says I talk like my head off, more so than I ever do. He says I couldn't shut you up, is what he said. Couldn't shut you up. And I have no memory of getting back in the bed. Well, there's a machine that they put you in that constantly moving your leg back and forth, up and down. And they kept that on me all night. And I slept the whole night. My surgery was like at 11 o'clock in the morning. I didn't wake up until 7 o'clock the next morning. I was like out. And then when they came in, my doctor, you couldn't eat until you got out of bed and got dressed. That was his rule. And so I got out of bed, I got dressed. They put the little fanny pack on me, which I didn't know what it was for, but I thought, well, I'll put the fanny pack on. And then they came and they says, well, somebody will come for you for physical therapy in a couple minutes. It's 2 doors down in the thing. And okay. So then when nobody came, I just walked myself down there with the walker. They had a fit because they couldn't find me. They didn't know where I was. They didn't know what was going on. And I said, well, I just walked down here. And they come to find out later on that it was just because I kept moving my knee so much during the night that it loosened it up so much that I didn't have any pain. My therapy was great. When I got home, I made that my mission. That was my job. I would get up in the morning, and before I got out of bed, I would spend a half an hour on this machine. I'd get up, eat my breakfast, go back to bed, be on that machine another 2 hours. Then I'd get up, and then eat my lunch, and then the physical therapist was coming to the house, and I'd do my physical therapy in the house. Then when she left, I'd go back to the bed and stay there for another 2 hours doing my knee, and then have my dinner, and then get back in bed for an hour. And then when I went to bed at night, I just slept regularly, and so I was back to work in 3 weeks because I was determined that I had to get back to work in 3 weeks. Then I found out that if I would have had the insurance, I would have had the short-term disability and I would have got paid. So I knew I was going to do my other leg. So I signed up for that, paid the $10 a month or whatever it was that I needed to do for that. And this is so different since they widened the lanes. I almost passed it up. So then when I did the other leg, I thought, well, it was nice having the holiday off. And since I had insurance for the second knee, I took the whole 8 weeks I was allowed, and and I recovered in a couple weeks. But I remember that when I went, I was just as dedicated the second time. But what do you call it? Is this a handicap? Let's go over here because I think that's a handicap. The lanes are kind of fading, but so when I did the second knee, I did the same thing. Well, there was a lady in my class that, or not class, but in the group that when we had our knees done, that she was there too. And so when you start therapy at the actual physical therapy place, probably about 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks after you've had the surgery. And I went in there just walking with a cane, and the lady came in struggling with a walker, and her husband was just amazed. And then Jim told the guy, he says, well, she makes it a mission to make sure she gets everything done because she doesn't like being laid up. But my knee, I think it was long story short, 14 minutes later, it was the best decision I ever made. It really was. It changed my life. When I would go grocery shopping, I had to plan my grocery shopping over 4 days. I would go in, and I had my mother's handicap sticker for my car because my mother had just passed when I had my surgery done. I didn't do it before that because I was taking care of my mom. But I used her handicap sticker. And I would go and I would do a quarter of the store. Like I do the first quarter of the store shopping. And then by the time I got in back in my car, I had to sit in my car for about 10 minutes just to kind of calm down and feel better enough for the drive home. And then I go the next day. I go the next quarter, and then the next quarter, and then the next quarter. It was miserable. And then when I was able to just walk without any pain, it was like unbelievable. But I'll have a story about when I was working with my knee. But I got to get in there. You saw how long it took me just to get here. If I wanted to go to a Weight Watchers meeting, I got another 20, 25 minutes to go. So they're not close. They're not close. And I don't even know that they're closing mine. I don't know. Well, not mine. It's not mine anymore. It's my leader, but she moved with them. So I don't know. But all right, let's go in and see what they have to say about my eyes. But it's bright. I'm going to say a little prayer that their clouds come out. And then the sun can come back out once I'm home. It's all about me. All about me. Well, the good news is my eyes are perfect. Well, considering, I need glasses, obviously. But I don't have macular degeneration, and my lining isn't thinning. But the really good news is, look at no, what do you call it, cataract sunglasses on. Although the sun is kind of going behind the clouds a little bit. Anyway, they have a new machine that the insurance doesn't cover, unfortunately. But it's $49 to take pictures of your eyes instead of getting your eyes dilated. I'll pay the $49. I know it would have been more frugal to just get my eyes dilated, but then this would have been a scary ride home, and we all know it's a scary enough ride with me when I'm seeing normally, let alone when I have my eyes dilated. Makes it even worse. So whatever, it's just better. But anyway, I was going to tell you about when I was at work. When I was at work, when I do my mail cart, it was easy because it was like walking with a walker, because it was like a little buggy thing that, files are in it and you walk around and deliver the mail. But if I had to bring mail to somebody or something, just like one or two, I would walk with my cane. And there was a new guy that took over, the lazy one that I told you about. And he just kind of he was younger than me. He was 29, maybe 30. And at the time I was 57. So I was obviously old enough to be his mother. And he just kind of treated me like I was disabled, which I was because I was on a cane. But he just didn't take into consideration how much I could still do and how much I made myself do, because I overcame the obstacle. I could have very easily sat in a chair and just said my knee hurts and I'm not going to do anything. But I thought, no, I'm better than this. And so I would show up at work and I would work really hard. And when I left on my medical leave the second time, because that's when he came. He wasn't there for the first time I went, but the second time. No, I take that back. It was the first time because I was walking with a cane. Anyway, yeah, it was the first time. I told him that, he was going to have to hire so-and-so people and things like that. And he just kept thinking, well, no, as soon as I get somebody that's fully capable of moving, they'll be fine. No. So he was glad I came back. He was glad I came back so quickly. But then the following year, he took my advice and he did hire more people, and it was a little bit easier for him. But I just pride myself in the fact that so I don't understand why it's so hard for me with my weight. I really don't. I've overcome so many things in my life, and it was just because I thought I'm stronger than that. Now that's not to say that I didn't go years and years suffering from whatever it was, because I did. And my weight is like a major, my whole life since I've been in my 20s has been my weight. It's been the one thing that I really have never been able to overcome. And it's just, I've had so much adversity in my life that I've overcome it. And, I would have never have thought back when I was in my 20s that I would be driving in a car by myself. Driving a car. It's like, even though I had my driver's license, I never foresaw that happening. I never thought there'd come a day that I'd be able to be alone or be in the same room, or even just little baby steps that I took. So I don't understand why I let food be such a crutch to me, because it's really, it really doesn't bring me happiness. Like if I really, really think about it, it might bring me that quick little satisfaction right away, but no, it doesn't bring me happiness. It just doesn't, because afterwards I feel so bad that I went off, and I'm thinking, was it really worth it? Did I really need to do that? But I have to know that I can overcome this too. I mean, I just know it, and I think maybe I needed to gain the weight back after being so successful, just to slap me down back into earth and to reality of my life, that like I use food as a crutch, and I got rid of one cane, which was a crutch. I got rid of it, and I don't ever want to have to do that again. So I have to realize that this time I'm going to do better. I really am going to do better. And I really do think that I am doing better. I'm so much more relaxed. I just feel so much better about myself. I don't feel so committed to losing weight, although I think I am losing weight. I just think that it's what I needed right now. It's just something I really needed right now. Oh, something big's going on here. Well, we're going the other way. Anyway, and then my brother, he was teasing like yesterday. I should tell you the backstory on that. My birthday in 2019, and my family, which I love about my family, and which can be annoying about my family, is we have memories like elephants, and we never forget. But we also like to attack. That's just what we do. And on my birthday, because when we go out for our birthday dinners, the other three pay for the dinner. So your dinner. So you can order whatever you want. When I go to the Texas Roadhouse, I always, even when I go with Jim, or if I go by myself, or whenever I go with my girlfriends, I always get the rib chicken combination. I just do. And for my birthday, I got the rib and chicken combination, and I never eat the whole thing because it's just cheaper. I mean, if you get the combination, you get a little smaller piece of rib, and you get a smaller piece of chicken, but I always bring the chicken home and eat it the next day. So I get 2 meals out of it. So when the bill came and they saw that mine was a little bit more than like theirs, they kind of teased me. Oh yeah, let's order let's get a dessert, let's get an appetizer. Sandy's not paying, so I hear that all the time. So that's what my brother was saying about how my bill was so much higher than everybody else's because of that. But yesterday was no different. I ordered the ribs and chicken combination because I'm going to have the chicken for my dinner tonight. I only ate half of the potato, but I'm going to learn a lesson because I always get a baked potato loaded. If you just get a baked potato with sour cream, it's the same. It comes with the meal. But if you get it loaded, then they charge you $1.29. I paid $1.29 for like 4, maybe 5 shards of cheese, and I don't think there was any bacon because there's supposed to be bacon, and there was definitely no chives. So I paid $1.29 for like 4 little shards of cheese, and so I thought, no, why do I do that? But anyway, I only ate half of the potato, and they made a mistake because when they brought me my meal, they brought me the chicken and the potato, and it was like a big piece of chicken. It was not like the normal smaller piece of chicken. And I said that I had the ribs and chicken combination, and she says, oh, that's right. Oh, your ribs are sitting. I couldn't carry everything. She could have. There was room on the tray. I think she just forgot. And the chicken was not, it's only supposed to be like a half of a piece of chicken, not the whole piece of chicken. And even with the barbecue sauce, I think on the app it says it's only 5 points. So I'm going to have that for my dinner tonight. So I started eating the potato because I knew I was going to be bringing the chicken home. And then she brings me like a half a rack of ribs. And I said no, because it's supposed to be a quarter rack. You get a quarter rack of ribs and then a half of a piece of chicken breast. Or half of the chicken breast. And I said, no, you did that wrong. And she says, no, that's fine. Just leave it like that. We'll fix it on the bill. So I only had to pay for the combination. So I ate half of the ribs, I would have normally ate, just a quarter of the ribs, and half of the potato. And then I gave my brother the other quarter of the ribs because he only had ordered what did he order? Shrimp, rice and shrimp. which I think is an odd combination. I'm not a big fan of shrimp, but I wouldn't think you get it with rice, but I don't know what else you would get it with. So he had that, so I gave him the ribs. He ate the rest of the ribs. And I brought the chicken and the half potato home, and I'm going to have that today. And a dinner roll. But the dinner rolls are way more than the chicken. The dinner roll, I think when I looked it up, it was 7 points for the roll. But you know what? I'm going to figure those 7 points into my plan because I brought a roll home for my chicken. So for my dinner tonight, I'm going to have, long story short, I'm going to have the chicken and other half of my potato and a roll and my iced tea. And then when I get home for breakfast, I'm probably going to have, what am I going to have for breakfast? I think I'm just going to have some bacon and eggs. Yeah, that's what I think. Bacon and eggs and a banana. That's what I think I'm going to have. But I'll show you what I'm going to have. And yesterday I noticed after I had my video all uploaded and everything, I did film Oliver, because Oliver was at Sebastian's game. So I'll put a little clip of Oliver. When he steps back, when I say, what's the name of your channel? When he steps back, I got him that shirt for Christmas, which is the name of his channel, Mr. Nook, which is a gaming channel for kids. So he's really proud of that shirt. He wears that shirt a lot. But anyway, so my visit here at the doctor's took longer than I thought because the machines kept going offline. So they had to reboot them and everything. It's just, you know, and the sun did disappear, so my wishes for the sun to disappear, came true, but I don't need it to disappear. I don't mind paying the $49. I think, did I tell you it was $49 to do it? I can just put it in with my medical expenses for the year. Not that I ever have enough medical expenses, but you know what? I'm worth $49 one time a year just for a safer drive home because it can get scary. So today, no big plans. David's doing fine. He didn't go to work today though. They didn't need him today. But which is good. He said he wanted to recover a little bit. But I called him last night and he said the medicine, whatever medicine they gave him was working. So that was good. And now we're going to go to CVS because I have a $5 and a $2 CVS bucks or whatever. So I need to get some mouthwash. So I'm going to use that. And I always end up throwing them away. I never go back. It's kind of like a waste. But and then Denise went yet again to another quilting weekend. She left this morning. She won't be back until Monday morning. She always has loved sewing. When she was little, because I was 10 years older than her, but she used to make things for our pets all the time. We had a cat and a dog. The dog kind of tolerated the cat, put up with her. But she would make little booties for the cat. And you'd see the cat walking, shaking his paws as he's walking. And she made her doll clothes and things like that. She had a friend that their parents were a little bit more well off than our family, even though we lived in the same neighborhood. And she had all the Barbies. And she had like the Barbie house and the Barbie car and the Barbie clothes and the Barbie wardrobe, all of that stuff. And she had the Ken doll, the Barbie doll, the Skipper doll. She had all in the different types of Barbie dolls. Denise had a Barbie doll. And I think she had a Ken doll, and that was it. She never even had Skipper. and so that's why Denise started learning how to make clothes, because she had to make her clothes for her own doll. And she'd take a shoebox to make the Barbie car. It's just, but you know what? We survived. We learned how to survive. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why I went so crazy when I found out I could use a credit card. Because, we just had to wait and save up for things, which was probably the better way to do it. But that's the way I do it now. And it's nice because now I knew that I could I've reached a point in my life where, like it's $49 to have this test done. I didn't even have to think twice. Yeah, okay. Whereas years ago, I would have had so much credit card debt. I would have think, I got this credit card payment, and I got that credit card payment, and I got to do this, I got to do that. And it's like, no. So, all right, we are at CVS. I think I've babbled on long enough. And we have arrived. So this is going to be a long video. I apologize. So I'm going to go by the post office after this. If I do have mail, I will share it with you. And then if not, I'm going to tell you to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I show you my food and Oliver from yesterday. And I will talk to you guys soon. Well, I stopped at the post office and I did get some mail. Let's show you. Cover up the address. I'm wondering, Nancy, I wondered if it went somewhere else because they have a different sticker on the front than they don't normally have. So let's see what I have. Might be struggling here. Not the sharpest scissors, but this should work. There we go. Start off with the card. It says, Happy St. Pat's Day. Dear Sandy, wishing you and your family a very happy St. Patrick's Day. I'll be thinking about you on St. Patrick's Day with a hug in my heart, and I sound like Italian. I'm so lucky to know your smile. It's from Nancy Ciampa, Ciampa. Enclosed is an incentive for help you with your journey. Do not put it in the dryer. Ooh, okay. Make sure I don't put it in the dryer. Let me see what I have. Ooh, a canvas bag. I love these bags. Oh, it's the Weight Watcher bag. I've got this. Yes, I definitely have. Thank you so much. I needed another bag. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Nancy. Like I said, my post office is so screwy. Oh, and I like the box. Look at on the inside. Hello, gorgeous. I love it. It says, Hola, believe. Thank you so much, Nancy. I'm so sorry that it took so long to get here, but it got here, so that's all that matters. Okay, now we're going to go home, and I'm going to watch Survivor, because Jim and I, by the time we got home from the basketball game last night, just got busy doing other things, and we forgot it was on, so we're going to watch that today. Okay, now I'm going to tell you to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me show you what I had to eat today, and Oliver at his basketball game yesterday, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Give your channel a shout-out here. There's his channel name, Mr.
It's on my shirt.
Today is Thursday, March 16th. My quote is, you get stronger with each obstacle you overcome. For breakfast, I'm going to have a couple eggs, berries, banana, and tea, and a roll left over from Texas Roadhouse yesterday.